The Bush Theatre in London is preparing to stage one of its most ambitious plays ever, a contemporary response to all 66 books of the King James Bible.
"66 Books" is about writers from the 21st century responding to a 400-year-old text.
66 writers, 66 books, 22 directors, I think 130 actors. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's massive, isn't it? And it's been 3 years in the planning.
You know, once in a while, theatre in Britain does something extraordinary.
I think it's probably a bit of a crazy project.
It's got that feel of, let's do it on a wing and a prayer.
I think they like a challenge.
And to add to their worries, this production is to take place in a new theatre which is still being built in a former library.
You know, you walk into this building and it's just a sort of, it's a fever of plumbers, builders, electricians, painters, actors, musicians, writers, stage managers, people setting up a cafe. It's a bit like sort of reality TV show, you know, where they've got to kind of make a garden in 8 hours and the owner's coming back in, 4.5 minutes.
It can ruin your life putting some new kitchen cabinets in, so it scales up and there's more of that, but it's essentially the same feeling.
Logistical nightmare, I imagine. That's a feat in itself to get everything up and running, and I mean, there's no toilets yet. So.
Literally, the building and the play are coming together at the same time.
And if that wasn't enough to deal with, the debut of 66 Books will be an epic 24-hour performance, and they now have just 10 days until opening night.
This is the 24-hour schedule as it stands, roughly 16 hours worth of performance, and we broke that up into 8 2-hour chunks. And when we think appropriate breaks are, how long those breaks are, when people might eat.
There are some actors who will be on at 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's horrendous.
Who knows what problems I'm going to encounter? Least of all, that probably most of the audience by that point is going to be snoring.
It's a race against time, with rehearsals taking place in every available nook and cranny. The plays vary widely, with each writer responding differently to their particular book of the Bible.
I am doing a Book of Genesis as interpreted by Jeanette Winterston in the form of a Twitter feed. Chapter 3. Eve dusting Eden when Snake shows up with Apple iPhone, iPod, iPad and free apps. Tempting, eh? Now come on. That is brilliant. From that sentence, she must have had the whole idea. Do you know what I mean? You sort of think Apple, Garden of Eden, Apple iPhone. Oh, I'll just do the whole Book of Genesis as a Twitter feed. Because I think that's superb.
66 Books celebrates the 400th anniversary of the King James Bible, widely regarded as the most significant book in the English language. Playwright David Edgar got his hands on one of the rare first editions.
It's very remarkable. Actually, I've seen it before, but I've never been allowed to touch it before. It was a compilation of a whole number of previous translations. It's organised in verses. It looks as if it's all one book made by clerics in Oxford, Cambridge and London. And it's very grand and big, and it was designed to be read out loud, and you feel as looking at it. It's an extraordinary and brilliant concept to ask these very various people, from the Archbishop of Canterbury to Jeanette Winterston via me, to treat of the individual books and then to put them all together. It's sort of grand and thrilling and a bit like this book, really.
Back at the theatre, with the deadline looming, they're hoping for some divine intervention.
We are in the bar and cafe area of the New Bush Theatre, which at the moment looks like a bit of a building site, but it's going to have furniture and it'll be full of people and beer. Those two magic things will be here for the first time. Oh gosh, if I say that now and it's empty and there's no beer, it's going to be so embarrassing.
And the pressure is on for visual artist Anthony Malinowski, whose artwork has been commissioned to adorn the ceiling and walls of the bar area.
In the old ages, artists who were asked to paint on ceilings and on walls, they had 1 year to observe the light and to prepare their work and to plan it, because the plasters used to dry for 1 year. Now I have to do all this in 6 weeks during the building. It's like trying to play a piano in the middle of Piccadilly Circus.
There's a thing about this company that I'm so proud of, that it's really muscular and it's really flexible, and It's fearless.
There's something called the Bush Push, and it's happening right now, and it'll all get done. It's absolutely, I've got no worries really at all, because it just happens.
I don't think anyone hasn't picked up a paintbrush. If they haven't, I need to find them.
With just 20 minutes until curtain call, a minor miracle has been achieved. The Bush Theatre is complete. The stage is set, and the bar is open for business.
It's been brilliant since the moment we opened. There were people queuing to get in, and then we run out of beer in the first day. It's magic. It's really brilliant.
Backstage, the actors are preparing.
My book is the first book of Chronicles. It's basically the one that just continually says begat, begat, begat so-and-so, begat so-and-so, begat so-and-so. It goes through the whole lineage. And it's been adapted by a poet called Selina Godden, putting it into the history of literature, way back to cave paintings, all the way to the modern day, you know, via Shakespeare, the Beatles, you know, all of that kind of thing.
And ever since time began, the story continued to grow and share and spread and swell and spill. The story begat story begat story. We remembered some of the names of the story keepers and the storytellers. Shelley begat Dante, begat Spencer, begat Chaucer, begat Marlowe, begat Cervantes, begat Yeats, begat Bruce, and Oscar Wilde, begat Somerset Maugham, and Rudyard Kipling, and then came Gertrude Stein.
The first 4 hours run without a hitch. Only 20 more to go. In the home of a former library, the Bush Theatre will continue to tell stories for many years to come.
I think that this is going to be a very, very loved building very quickly.
It's thrilling. It's completely thrilling.
It's a wonderful sign of confidence in the arts in this country that the theatre's been able to, you know, reinvent itself physically at a time of some pressure and some constraint. In spite of all that, we're still saying theatre in Britain is important.
To find